Hello everyone, this is Marcy with Creators Call. I am working on a project here. I am so enamored with these. I think the current word is obsessed, but I don't like that word. I am so taken with this little project. This is a project from Lillian Guerrero. If you watch her on YouTube, she does these cute little houses and she makes them out of envelopes. She makes all kinds. And so this has captured my fancy, and of course I want to sit down and make some. Through a happy coincidence this morning, my husband actually happens to be out of the house, and so I'm doubly motivated to get this video done for you. And I'm really looking forward to working on this together with you guys. What she does is she takes just a regular envelope and she covers it and turns them into these super cute little houses. And I will link her channel down below. If you go to her channel and then check her playlists, she has one for, I think that just says envelopes, and then another one that says little houses or something. So you can check out to your heart's content all of the ways that she makes them. She does cute little bird houses. She does cute little all-purpose whimsical houses. She's done fall, Christmas, Halloween, and a few others that I can't even remember right now. But they are all just so cute. And what is marvelous about this is that you can use your junk mail envelopes, which is what I used for these. That's why they are all different sizes, as you can tell. You know, some are taller, some are shorter. I just pulled out of that never-ending stash of junk mail envelopes that we all feel compelled to save. And like she says, you can use up quite a few in a very short amount of time. It is so true. And then you're just taking all of your scraps and putting them on here, and they're just so fun. She is so creative with these, and it really got me going. Then on the inside, you have this little pocket. You could tuck a greeting card in here, like maybe even your own handmade card. You can tuck a tall tag. You could put your own journal card. You can tuck money. You could put in a gift card, like from a store or whatever, and just slip one in here. And you can also use them as tags on top of your packages, just like this. Use this instead of a card. You can mail them through the mail too by just sticking them in a standard, like 5x7 envelope or whatever, and you could just tuck it in there and send one through the mail. They make such cute little gifts and happy mail. My daughter loves to use cute and creative things on her Christmas packaging. They're coming in a couple of weeks, and she said make sure you have cute wrapping supplies, which I feel like my supplies are cute, but apparently not cute enough. But I thought, what if I just make a bunch of Christmassy ones right now, and then she can use those to give to people or to use as tags on top of their presents or whatever she wants to do. But what we're going to work with today are some old business envelopes from a company my husband no longer works for and a branch that no longer exists. And so I have blotted out the old company logo, but the envelopes, hey man, that's free junk journal supplies. So that's what we're going to use. I also pulled out of some Christmas packs just some papers that seemed Christmassy. Well, they are Christmas packs, so they are Christmassy, but just some that are ones that I would actually be interested in using. I had purchased them, they're like the Michael's Hot Buy thing. So a lot of the pages in them, like Party Like Santa's Not Watching, really. I had purchased them for other journals because there were one or two papers in there I really liked, but the rest of this I can definitely use. These are cardstocks. Papers work just as well because they're a little bit lightweight. It's whatever you have on hand, and you're just using up your scraps. And then lastly, this particular page I'm not keen on because I don't really need wreaths with llamas and unicorns. It's just not my thing. But then I realized, hey, I could cut out these wreaths and use them to decorate the doors on these cute little Christmas houses we're gonna do. So that's where we're going. That's the direction I'm headed. I also have a couple of scraps of wallpaper because I thought maybe they might work for the roof. Let's dive into this project. I'm going to just move these off to the side. I'm going to grab a cup of coffee, a little sip. I I don't know if you guys can see this. I don't I don't want to tip it all over. But these are at the Dollar Tree. They have plaid. This one says it's the most wonderful time of the year. The other one said something, something Christmassy. They're really cute. They're very nice. I discovered along the way that I have done something with all of my Christmas mugs. I don't know where they all went. At some point in time when I decided to downsize, I got rid of my Christmas mugs. So anyway, I'm trying to find a few cute ones. I couldn't find any of my mugs last year, and I'm like, what have I done? You know how, do you do that, you guys, when you clean out? Do you forget that you got rid of something and then wonder where it is? You think you have it still in your memory that you own that item, and so when you go looking, you can't find it anymore? Yes, that happens from time to time here at the Harrison homestead. Also, I apologize for the Band-Aid, but my finger and a knife collided with one another while doing dishes the other evening, and it really hurt. And Tom had just sharpened all the knives, so it went right through. Broke skin. Anyway, this doesn't look too pretty, but it is making my finger feel a whole lot better right now. So the first thing you are wanting to do, which I did not do yet, is to glue down this flap. Use whatever glue you have. You can use, in addition to all of your scraps and stuff on here, oh, I may have gone down too far with that. In addition to using all your paper scraps, you can also use fabric scraps and trims, and I've got some stickers and stuff out too that have been in my stash for forever. So let's go ahead, let's glue the flap, just glue it along the lip. And in one of Lillian's videos, she has gotten so smart as to start buying, or when she finds them, the self-sealing envelopes. She just removes that strip and then they seal to themselves, and she saved herself a little step. As you watch the progression on her channel, you can see how she has streamlined her process, you know, gotten more efficient with it. All right, so that's the first step. Glue your flap shut. Just glue along this edge so that you're not coming into the main body of the envelope with that glue. Second, I already started by doing this one. You're going to fold it down. She doesn't measure. She says she does about 2.5 inches. And so what I have been doing, if I feel like my flap is just a little too long, I go back and just trim it shorter. So we're gonna go ahead and fold over the flap really quick. Oops. I'm folding it with this part to the inside anyway, because that's gonna get trimmed off. You'll see here in just a second, but it's gonna go. So if I fold it this way, then I make sure that that particular piece is going to get cut off. So I think the finished size on these is roughly, yeah, this is like 6.5 by 4. So that should fit in a journal just fine. Like Lillian says, she never measures. So yeah, just kind of eyeball it. You're just making a little house with a roof. Okay, once you have those folded over, you're gonna go ahead and trim right along this right-hand edge, assuming you folded over towards the left. You're gonna trim along this edge and open up that envelope this way. She gives lots of much more detailed instructions. Like I said, she's had a couple of years as she's been making these. They've kind of become her signature thing. And so I have now, I think I've watched pretty much every one of her videos that she has available. I couldn't help myself. They were just so cute. And then they're just fun, you know? Okay, next step, and I will admit I'm not the best at this part. You're gonna cut down this crease here, the fold on each side of this flap that we've made. And then you're gonna come past where we've creased it, where we've done the fold here. You're gonna go down about 1/2 inch or so on either side. And I have still not worked out if I'm supposed to try to cut above the fold, you know, here, or behind it. I don't know. Mine always look a little bit messier than hers do. And then the next thing you're going to do is fold this down and make a new crease right here. So once you're done, you have this top flap where it's creased originally, and then the reason why we made an extra 1/2 inch little cut on each side was so we could pull this down, make sure it's straight. We could pull that down, and then that leaves you a little headroom when you're reaching inside your pocket. And then we're just gonna trim this off. And you don't really have to worry about reinforcing it. Normally I would. I might like try to save a little piece and fold it over, but you don't have to because these are getting covered by paper, and so that is doing the saving for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other 3 really quick. Okay, so remembering to go down about 1/2 inch on each side as we trim these open. If you had a letter opener, which I have, I just don't have it in the craft room with me, that would be a perfect way to split these open because it would just run right down the sides and you wouldn't have to worry about this little part that kind of curves over. The first thing I'm going to do is cover this, the front. And since I have all of these really cute papers, you can decide right now. I thought this would be a cute one for a roof. I'll set that over there. Let's see. Really, a lot of these would be cute for the roof or for the body. The color palette is a little bit different than what I might normally pick. I'm gonna go with one of each of these for the bodies. Also, this looks like falling snow to me, so I kind of feel like that would be really cute on the roof as well. All right, so she measures hers. I've been just like making a mark, holding my paper up to the envelope and making a mark. Almost every one of these number 10 envelopes is 4 1/8 inches wide. I don't know how many centimeters that is. 4 1/8 looks like it's about 8 centimeters. So then she just trims them at 4 inches wide to make sure that they fit. And we're gonna do the same thing with the piece up here to make sure it slides into the pocket. So that's what we're doing next. All right, so measuring at 4 inches, so it's gonna have just a tiny sliver along the edge. Now you can go ahead and ink that up if you want. If you're an inker, you should ink. I'm just kind of going by whatever seems to work in the moment. And then here, this part, it's all gonna be a little bit different. They're roughly 6 inches tall. I wanna, see, like that one's 6 1/4, 6. Just under 6, like 5 7/8. It's actually more like 5 15/16 to be fair. Of course it is. I tell you, if I had not learned fractions by learning to cook and sew first, I think fractions would have been so much more confusing for me. But because you use fractions in cooking and sewing, it always made sense to me. So I'm gonna cut these 3 at 6, and then that one that was 6 1/4, where are ya? This one, I think. Yeah, I'll pick another paper for that. But if I cut all these 3 the same length, then perfect. It's exactly half. So I will have 3 pieces later to do something with, to do 3 more envelopes. I need to do some in some red and green and those colors too, but I was just trying to think of some papers that I bought these more for journals and I've used the ones I want, and so now I have to figure out how to use up the rest of the paper pad. So some of them I'm just gonna collage over it. There's like mermaids and cactuses and all kinds of things I just don't, not my thing. But like these bright colors are cute and the snowflakes are cute. Okay, and then we'll get to gluing. Okay, so for that one that was a little bit taller, I'm gonna use this pretty one. I'm just gonna cut off of over here. And that one was 6 1/4 inches tall. Now we're going 4 inches wide. Okay, so there's that one. And actually, I think I would like a little bit of that along the bottom too. So I have some wallpaper that looks like white brick. And I was thinking it would be fun to use a scrap of that and run it along the bottom here like a little stone wall. But did I get out that wallpaper? No, I did not. I don't know why. I just forgot. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this around. You could also stamp on these. It'd be so cute. I'm not doing stamping today, but you could. Let's see, what have I got here? I've got, let's see, these are red and turquoise. That might work for this one. That's gonna be busy. For these two, most of my washi tapes, truthfully, are in a traditional green and red color. I have this, and I have a thin gold one as well, but I'm liking the silver. I also have this one. I could run that one along there. So like Lily says, just get out your supplies and play. And she's really on a mission to use up a lot of stuff. Like me, she's been doing scrapbooking and card making and all of that since the mid-90s and early to mid. I mean, I started with the stamping. The first time I got invited to a stamping party, I was like, you want me to go to a rubber stamp party? We both have things that we've had in our stash for 20 years or more. So I kind of like watching her create because she really is about using up old supplies and using, you know, junk, which is what a junk journal is supposed to be made out of, is junk. Anyway, yeah, so when I first got invited to a stamping party, you know, remember, for those of you who are too young to know, prior to this whole stamping craze and crafty craze, stamps were just something you used to mark a date, like in an office, to designate certain tasks for, you know, like what day you received an item in, or if you've paid a bill, or maybe you got one with your address on it so you could stamp your address over and over, or you used the ones for your bank so you could make deposits. So stamps were strictly utilitarian. They were not for fun. Yeah, so you didn't stamp for fun. You stamped for a purpose. They were not meant to be art, not much. I mean, I think there were things like that out there. I just don't think they were very common. And so my friend invited me to this. It was Dots. When I talk about my very first rubber stamp I've ever purchased, I've shown you guys what that one looks like. It was a Dots party. And I bought a stamp. I only bought one because I just like really didn't know what to do with that. So I bought the stamp, but I didn't buy a stamp pad. Oops. And I have to say, like, that one stamp was not super cheap. It was like $8 or $9. Anyway, I didn't have a big budget. I'm trying to remember, was I working? I trained her to take my job, and then I left when my daughter was 9 months old, because I left to stay home with my baby. But yeah, so I don't remember if I was still working, but Janine was assisting me. There were some things that sometimes just needed a little extra help getting done, and I was kind of like, she was like my assistant to get extra hours. I worked at a bank, so in the operations area. And so she was a single mom of 6 kids. So that white is still showing, but I think it's okay because then it means the bows show up. She was a single mom of 6 kids and needed, our work in that area was basically you work until it's done for the day and then you go home. So it wasn't an 8-hour day by any means. We had to be there at 7:30 a.m. We worked till the work was finished and then we went home. So we usually went home around 2. And she was needing extra income, so they had her come over and help me. And at that point, I had taken over the secretarial position, so office manager is what you say now. Anyway, I'd taken over that position from the lady who had been in it, and I had been assisting her. It was a progression. So yeah, my boss was over 6 departments, and I helped keep track of all the paperwork and HR stuff and all kinds of stuff. So Janine invited me to my very first stamping party. I owe all of this to her. Thanks, Janine. She ended up moving. She grew up in eastern Idaho, southeastern Idaho, and so she ended up moving back. The bank got bought out eventually a couple of years later, and she ended up moving back to southeast Idaho where she was from. And we used to exchange Christmas cards a little bit, but I haven't seen or heard from her in years. She was older than me at the time, so I was in my mid to late 20s and she was probably in her mid 40s. So if I'm now in my later 50s, that would make her at least in her 70s, I would think. I don't know. I hope I'm not aging her prematurely. Okay. So we got that part done. Now, to line the inside, I would like the paperweight, something with some paper, because when you make this crease and fold it over, it takes up, it has a lot of bulk to it. Okay. I also had some of this, this is just a scrap, stones, and I thought, wouldn't that be cute, like on the front of one of these, like a stone facade, you know? Now we're getting into the custom-built homes. Custom homes by me. If I had been so inclined, I would have probably done that. Okay, now the next thing you do is you line here, and we're going to want to make it tuck inside this pocket a bit. My trouble has been that even though I measure these up, they still come out a little too narrow. I don't know why. So I guess since I do know that my measurement, so I'll just go with that measurement. And then she tucks hers in. I'm going to just trim a little bit so that it slides in there. You want to tuck it in just a teensy bit inside the envelope, but it doesn't have to go all the way down because you're not going to look in there. But I just trimmed off a little bit so that this would slide in, and then she gets a long enough piece that it wraps all the way around and back. So mine aren't going to do that because these are only 6x6s. So we'll use a different piece on the roof. Yeah, I was having this problem last night where they weren't quite reaching to both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this off. Tell you what, I am going to have lots of scraps of paper. This, however, is feeding my inner person that would love to have doll houses or Christmas villages. I have tried very hard to not give in to that because I know I would get too carried away. I'm going to trim all these other 3 at 4 1/8. I'll be right back. I know that villages and things are something I would just go crazy over. You know, now that I see this, I think I want that green. Switching gears. I think that green would look really cool there. Where did it go? Come here, green. There it is. Yeah. So I know myself well enough to know that I would go berserk and never quit and just get too carried away. And so I have just never, I have not really tried to collect doll houses or Christmas villages or even Christmas china because I would not stop. So I think this is going to satisfy that inner need of mine to have a little house. You could make these into like a whole village. You could do them however. You could make like a barber shop and a pet shop and a bookstore and a coffee shop, and you could get really carried away with these. You know, yeah, that looks good. There we go. So anyway, I hold myself back because I know better, right? You're supposed to know yourself a little bit, exhibit some self-control. Now this purple is all mushy. Yeah, I like that. I like pink and gray together. That's a combination you don't see much anymore. I'm going to go ahead and finish lining these, and then I'm going to cover the rooftop, and then we'll come back to decorate. So I'll do that. One quick thing though, you want to, at this point, make sure you reinforce that crease before you cover this, because if you're folding over another piece to the back, you want to be able to find your crease again. So by creasing it here right now, you can find that, and then you'll have that fold in place when you go to shut up your pockets again. So let me go ahead and stop my timer here, and then I will come back and we'll work on the actual cute decorating together. Okay, here we are back again. And to spare you the agony of my hemming and hawing, I went ahead and prepped a lot of this stuff already, and then I'll just explain to you what I did. These are turning out so stinking cute. You guys, these are just adorable. I did want to show you though that one piece of paper that I did not like that had all the wreaths on it. And then there was another one that I'm using the background of it, like right here. But I went ahead and just cut out certain of the elements so that I could just use them independently on here and then still use the backgrounds, but just cut out specific pieces. I wanted to hang these like from the chimneys, but they're so large, I don't think they'll work, and they're too big for the door. But I just punched out the parts that I liked. I cut the middles out of some of these wreaths, and then I cut out some of the animals, so I'll be decorating with some of those pieces too. So let's get to decorating. So every little house needs a window and a door and a chimney. So I've gone ahead and prepped those and matched them all up, covered the roofs and the backs a little bit. Let me show you. I just went ahead and folded this over to the back. Now I've left it a little bit, I haven't glued it down all the way to the edge because I may decide to put some lined paper here to write a note on. Haven't quite decided, but I wanted to have room to slip it up underneath here if I wanted to before I glued this down permanently. So that's what they look like on the backs. These clippies right now are just holding them in place. This one, let's see. Who do we want to start with first? I was able to use some random things in my stash too. This little thing that I've had forever, and these stickers that I never knew what I was going to do with. So really, really happy to find uses for them. All of my little chimneys, well, I guess I'm using a different shape for this one, which is good. But pretty much I'm just kind of have been sticking with the rectangular chimney. I like them having smoke coming out of the top so they look like a chimney. So what I did was I can't draw it, but I can cartoon draw some clouds. So as you are making these, let your inner 5-year-old come out to play, because it's going to be in your advantage. You're going to have so much fun with just using your imagination in all kinds of ways. But I just cartoon draw the clouds, then I cut them out, and then they're going to stick up behind the chimney. So it looks like smoke coming out. Okay, now this one, I got the door a little bit big. This is the same paper as here and here, but I just turned it and trimmed it down so that the lines were running straight up and down. But I got it a little wide. Unfortunately, I'd already drawn the outlines on it before I got to that point. So if I tried to trim it down, then that would throw off the outlines. This particular one, I cut out a bunch of these little presents. And what I decided, because they're all different heights, in order to make this look good, I cut out a little snowdrift. And this is just a piece off of that envelope. These are just, this piece is just the part of the envelope that I trimmed off. So then I just took the bottom edge here and made a little snowdrift too. But I need to lay that down before I put on the door, because I want it to kind of look like it's piling up against the door. And another thing I'd like to do is take some more of that white paper and cut snow to go along the tops of the window and the door. Now I'm just trying to figure out where to line this up at. Like that. I'm going to scoot it over just the easiest bit. And then of course, since there's snow on one side of the door, logically there would have to be snow on the other side of the door. And unfortunately that covers up my pretty border here, but that's okay. If you didn't do the snow, you'd want to anchor it somehow. So Lily Guerrero outlines all of these pieces. She just has the cutest little style, and so I really hope you guys will go over there and check her out. If you don't know who she is, tell her that I sent you, Marcy at Creators Call. She actually lives down in Utah, like the Salt Lake area, which is really not that far from me. If we were to ever do a meetup, I'd only be about 5 hours away, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's nice to find people that are near where you are. Let's see, so the way I had this figured out, because this looks like it's floating, that's why I added that snowdrift. This one too. Of course, in real life, you wouldn't let your presents just stay in the snow. It wouldn't be good for them, but in pretend land like this, your presents can sit out and nothing bad will happen to them. So I'm just going to kind of stack them on top of each other. I just have to get my arrangement first. It just looks like somebody delivered a whole pile of presents to their front door. I want that one to rest on top of the snowdrift. Oh, you're a little bit, little fiddly. Yeah, speaking of people who live in my area, I just found out today, I just put all this together. I don't know how I didn't realize this before, but you know, if any of you ever watched or have heard of Amy from Crafty Cat USA, you know, she does digitals, and Gail has featured her on her channel. Apparently she lives in Caldwell, which is right up the road from me. So I was like, what? That's crazy. Did I glue that down yet? Yeah, I did. Okay, so now I'm going to glue my smoke coming out of the chimney, and I just play with it until I like how it looks. Actually, that looks pretty cute like that. It's kind of got that mushroom effect, doesn't it? These are just stinking adorable. I think it would be really hard to have one that looks bad. I mean, I just think it's so easy to put together, and no matter what you do, they're always just going to turn out really cute. Lily also does, she does some for happy birthday houses. Now these are old. These were given to me by a friend. I don't think this stuff is going to still stick, and I want this to be a little flatter, so I'm peeling off the foam. There we go. I think these are my last two like this. I don't remember what I used. I think I've used the other ones on tags and stuff. And not all of my tags are for journals. Sometimes my tags are for just, you know, presents and stuff. Okay, so there's that, and then in just a second we're going to come back and add some trims along here and some doorknobs. So I have these stickers, very old, from Michaels ages ago. Anything over 5 years old is, sorry, I'm going to try to move that crinkle away. Anything over 5 years is, I'm considering very old. But look, the doorknob is going to be a snowflake. And if that doesn't just make your little heart happy, I don't know what will. But look at that, it looks like it's not sticking very well either. Sad when they lose their stickiness. But look at that. I'm going to make it go up and down just for visual, so your eyeballs don't go crazy. There we go. So there's the doorknob. Oh, so cute. When I was doing these the other day, I realized, I remembered a very specific memory from childhood came to me. And I used to sit and draw little houses with windows. And my most favorite thing was to draw curtains in here. And I haven't taken the time to figure out yet, you know what, I did that, but I don't want it to go that way. I want it to go that way. There's a little spot on here and I want to kind of cover it up, but it may not work. So on this one, the chimney's on the left side. I don't know why, it just seemed like the right thing to do. And then I wanted to take one of these little bows. Look, I think I just made it uglier. Let's see, hold on. I messed that up really bad. It could be that ink too. I drew the ink with my pen. Oh no. Hold on a second. I'm gonna have to, that's not gonna stay on there. That's too bad. The outline is not, unfortunately. It looked really cute though. My pen that I'm using is just a basic roller ball pen, so it's didn't stick on here. I guess if I used a ballpoint it might, but anyway, we won't worry about that. I wanted to hang a cute little bow. Does that look okay? I don't know. I'm gonna let it sit there while I think about it. So yeah, I used to draw these little windows and then I would draw curtains in them. And so if I really wanted to take the time, I would make little curtains to show in all of the windows. But I didn't want to take that kind of time today, or yesterday for that matter. You can take as much time or as little time as you want to do these. And I have these other little, I thought that one would be kind of cute. It's not very big. Oh, I was wondering I could just like punch a little circle and put behind it. I wish I had a little circle handy, but I don't. I'll leave it the way it is. The snowflake is a little bit big for that door. I have pink ones of these. Maybe I should have used the pink one. All right, moving right along. I don't think I'm going to put that on there, but could put that on there, and that would be very cute. Also cut out of the paper scraps. Very, very festive. Now, so some of that paper had these cute little trees. And I cut out the dachshund as an ode to my children. They have a little black and tan dachshund named Baron. He's so stinking cute. He is the little king, too. Uh-oh. King of the household. I'm just going to kind of put that right in the middle. What made me think about using these for doorknobs was that I want to put one on top of the tree. The original image had a snowflake there and I cut it off because it's too hard to cut around, but then I thought, I have stickers. See? Look at that. Oh, not sticking. Rude. Okay, I kind of wanted Doggy and the present on the same side of the door. There we go. Yeah, little Baron. He's the same age as our dog. It's interesting. They're both 11. And his little copper spots, you know, they say black and tan, but it's more like copper. And now that he's getting older, they're all turning gray. His little copper spots over the course of the last year are turning into gray spots. Him's getting old. But my dog, she's white, so you can't tell if she has gray hair or not because it blends right in. Okay, let's put that down, and I'm seeing a little bit of ink, so if I do this gently, that might help. I still want to put a sentiment up there as well, so let's put that back like that for a minute. And then also be really cute with like stickles, you know, putting glitter on everything. If you use the white stickles, I usually use the clear, but if you used the white, that would also make really pretty snowdrifts on your pieces. So yeah, just go to town and turn them into your own little masterpiece and then make a whole village. They're so adorable. Keep knocking over my glue. Okay, so I think I want to put that up there. I've always actually wished we could decorate our house up more outside, but my husband and I, neither one of us enjoy climbing around on the roof. So I'm gonna scoot that up just a bit. There's my chimney. Here we go. Yeah, and also, you know, when you put away or you put up the lights, it's usually right after Thanksgiving. And so the weather is quite a bit warmer than it is come January when it's time to take it all down 6 weeks later. And you think, why did I do this? What was I thinking? Okay, on this one, I'm going to put the fox. Not that I'm necessarily into foxes, but he is kind of cute and he ties in with the colors. So he's going to go here. He's hanging out. He's waiting. Maybe he's singing a Christmas carol. Maybe he's the caroling fox. Let's see. Let's put that there. Yep. Oh, scoot over. It's not quite. There we go. There's that one. And then I'm working in a weird left to right direction. Okay, so this one, because of this tree that I cut off and it has, this was the edge of the page, so it doesn't have a point on, it doesn't finish the tree over there, I have to put it over here. And so I moved my door to the other side. And then I kept the white around this tree so it looks like snowdrifts as well. But I have to put on the window first. I'm gonna scoot this so I'm working in front of myself. And then let's make sure I don't put the wrong things on the roof. I'll have to put it back in its spot in a minute. Okay, and so a lot of these little pieces here that you're seeing me use are just scraps. I have a whole bunch of these squares that I trimmed down ages ago out of old scraps I didn't want anymore. And this is a really great way to use them up. They are the perfect size for windows and to cut down for chimneys and all kinds of stuff. All right, so this would be a great one where you could stickle up the dots or go over it, over the squigglies on the trees. So I might go back and do that later after we're done, because I think that'd be really cute. Really, really cute. Okay, so the trick, oh, I should have put the door down. Okay. If I had a steadier hand, I would draw little windows on these doors, you know, like the little window that goes up here, but I've tried it and it looks terrible, so for some reason they're like off scale. The scale is off. Here we go. And you need a doorknob. Would you like a blue doorknob? Let's see, do I have two colors of blue? Nope, just one. Or do you want a white? The white ones just really pop, don't they? And because we're getting smarter. Oh, I forgot to give you a doorknob. Okay, we'll fix that. Come on. The white ones just really pop against the backgrounds. There we go. There's some glue oozing out. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to move you back over before I get mixed up about what goes on what. Oh, and you need your chimney. Oh, and he needs his heart on the door. Yeah, so my daughter's mother-in-law, or my son-in-law's mother, whichever way you want to say it, she was cleaning out all of her paper crafting stuff. And so I was the lovely, lucky recipient of a lot of her scraps. That was almost 2 years ago now. But I think this is where these hearts came from. So I've been steadily trying to use them up. Okay, this video is going to go longer than I want. If it takes too long, I'll just stop here and, finish and then come back with them all done. Because it does, it can take a fair amount of time depending on how involved you are. And I wouldn't say I'm being super detailed with these, but it still takes time. I'm gonna set that punch right there while I work on the chimney. And then it can help weigh that down while it dries so it sticks. I don't know why I like the smoke coming out of the chimney, but I do. I don't have a lot of skills, but chimney smith is definitely one of them. Yep, that's me, chimney smith. Getting goo on there. Okay, how you doing? You ready to stay put? Good. That's cute with those little hearts on the doors. Okay, so everyone's got their chimneys, their doors. You need a doorknob. I don't think the blue is going to work again. Okay. So we're going to put on the pretty trim on the doors. On the roofs. Whoop, scoot up, scoot up. Nobody has a doorknob that low. Unless you're a hobbit. You could make hobbit houses out of these, or fairy houses. Those would all be so cute, wouldn't they? Actually, there are parts of the world where the architecture is very old, and I think they did have like super tall, skinny doors and very small doorknobs, short, low-handled doorknobs. Now I have these stickers that I think were in a bundle of stuff from the thrift store, and I think they're really pretty. So I did want to add a couple. Okay, I'm just gonna do a little one for you. Cute. Okay, everybody got some snow on the roof? Yeah. Okay, now time to add the trims. Oh my goodness, that looks like an ice cream shop. It's so stinking cute. So cute, so cute. Look at that. Adorbs. So this is popping up, but again, I will either glue it down completely or I'll lay some writing lines under here and then finish gluing it, but oh, that's so cute. Okay, next. Now this one is a little different because I've still got like ink. Trying to get rid of that. I have this, and I wanted to lay this down and then put some pom-pom trim over it. And now, see what happened there? gonna run into my sticker. It's not good. Maybe I can get that to lift enough. If I wrap this around, I could wrap this around. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. So I'm gonna slide it underneath the snowflake and then wrap it around. And this is super duper old fabric washi from the Dollar Tree. So meaning well over 5 years old. It's really cute stuff though. There we go. Okay, don't get stuck. Now let's lay that down. Push this up under there. Glue that back down, because now we've tried to peel it up, but having used art glitter glue, that's not gonna work very well. Okay, oop, oop. And we're gonna wrap it around over here a little bit. I'm gonna put on a light layer because, again, it's old, so it's not as sticky as it could be, but it's still pretty sticky. Okay, thanks. Yeah, just fall over. I got glue on me. Ugh. And this one I'm gonna trim with the titanium scissors. Maybe, maybe not. I don't like it. There's stuff stuck to it. I hate it. This is my finicky nature. I hate it when people like cut things and then leave stuff stuck to their scissors. And I didn't realize I had that happening there. Or it wouldn't have been like that when I picked them up. Okay. So I have a friend, and you know who you are. I'm thinking this would be the perfect project to do with the Grands. And maybe you could prep the envelopes in advance and then let them go to town decorating these suckers up. I think they would come out with some really cute things, and then I could get a video showing what they made, because that was so fun last time. You know who you are. You know who I'm talking to. I think that would be really cute. They'd have a ball making these. And then, see, you could just have them make them for their Christmas, for to put on packages and stuff for Christmas. And I bet they would come up with some seriously adorable creations. And besides, I like it when they say, "Hi, Mossy," because they can't pronounce their R's. So cute, so cute. All right, let's see. We done here? Have I done what I need to do? Everything but the sentiment. Okay, I'm gonna set that one aside. One more. And this one, I like this because it does look like icicles. And then, I don't know if you could tell, there's loop-de-loops here and there's loop-de-loops there. So I thought that was a nice tie-in, but hanging from the roof, it just didn't have quite enough oomph. So I'm putting some blue rickrack first. I don't know why. I guess I didn't need to do all four. This would have been a much shorter video if I'd only done one. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep within that much shorter time frame for all of you, but I got so carried away today. Okay, there's that. And that. Oops, come on. There. I don't know why I didn't line them up on the same end so I could do one bout of trimming, but I didn't. Here's this. Come on. This is almost at the end. Let's see if we can trim that just right so it doesn't come apart. Oh my goodness. As my daughter's friend likes to say, totes adorbs. Totes. Now we're going to put on the sentiment, because what is a Christmas card without a Christmas sentiment? Put lid. There we go. Merciful heavens, it is the biggest mess, like bigger than what I usually have when I work on these with you guys. I'm gonna put these on opposite sides because they have the same pattern on the roof, so I think it'll help them stand out a little better. So I got these Tim Holtz, the Christmas Noel sticker book. This is the 2023 one. I don't remember. I think I just ordered it through eBay. I found somebody that had it. So if you look up Tim Holtz Christmas Noel 2023, then you will find it, hopefully. I think he launched it over the summer. I'm not sure. Okay, I like this one. I'm feeling Christmassy. And I think that goes with the little fox because he looks like he feels Christmassy. He does look and feel Christmassy. There he is. I'm feeling Christmassy. Me too, buddy. Let's see, what else we got here? In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. Yes, there is. It pretty much matches any of these, but I'm gonna put it here because there's a big, oops, I'm gonna put it right side up too. There is a big empty space right there. That's perfect for that. He's feeling Christmassy. And about the sparkly Christmas tree. No. How about not? In the frosty air of night. This looks like frosty air, doesn't it? And then this one, maybe something that goes with the little dog. How about may your hearts be joyous? Sounds like a good thing for a dachshund to tell us. They're such cheerful little guys. My aunt used to have a miniature dachshund. His name was Conrad. We used to dog sit him a lot. He was a tan dachshund, but that was where I kind of fell in love with little mini dachshunds. And so when Katie and Sam had the opportunity to get Baron, he's just been a delight. He really is. They're just so cute. Okay, we are done. We made it to the end. Oops, I got some glue there. All right. Here's what we've got. Finally. All right, so these are our cute little Christmas houses. I'm gonna make sure they're in the camera. You guys need to find yourself some envelopes. You just use your junk mail ones because really you don't need to measure anything. You just need to take an envelope and fold the top over and get to decorating, and that is it. I almost forgot to mention one very important piece. The final step, actually, if you'll notice here, I went around and just outlined. It's just a very basic outline. And like little squiggles and scribbles, but it finishes the piece. And I didn't do it on the back. You could. I'm not quite done with the back, so that might get added at the end. But I went around the roof, the main part of the house, and up under here. You could also add sentiments up under here or more decoration. For instance, well, oh yeah, I could go and add all these right up under there. That would be so cute. Okay, I'm going to do that too. So anyway, after you are all done, just do a cute little outline with, just take a pen and do a cute little outline around it, and it just finishes it off and makes it look even more better than it did before you did that. All right, guys, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great week. I apologize for the length of this video, super duper long. I'll try to cut out what I can. And hope you have a great week. Until next time, be inspired, do something creative today. I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye now.